so much for joining us this morning and joining us for the Legislative Black Caucus kickoff. My name is Representative Dora Drake, and I'm the chairwoman of our caucus. And before we get started, it's important why we highlight the progression and the setbacks of our history. It's something to be celebrated. It's something that we continue to strive for. Because even as we've seen over the last year, there have been motions to push us back, whether it's removing measures that would promote diversity, equity, inclusion, or even making sure that the Voting Rights Act is protected on a national level. These are things that impact our communities daily. And yet, there's still hope in what we do here because we know the importance of educating everybody about why our history is important, how we actually contribute and actually make all of us much better. And that's also why we start every year with the Black National Anthem. Historically, it's actually a hymn, and it was adopted in time during the Civil Rights era when it was actually adopted as the rallying cry. And so if you know it, please join us. But this is why. With every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. And with that, we're gonna just go through the list of events that we have throughout this month. And we'll start off with next week. So next week, Representative Myers, who unfortunately couldn't be here, has a list of events throughout the district. She's going to have a Right to Read documentary viewing and discussion, which is Monday, February 12th, 12 to 2 p.m. There would be a book tasting Tuesday, February 13th from 5 to 7. Wednesday, she will have a blood drive. There will be a blood drive February 14th, and obviously on Valentine's Day, which I think is a great thing to share blood on Valentine's Day, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. There will be a resource fair Thursday, February 15th, from 5 to 9 p.m. And then lastly, on Friday, February 16th, it's going to be a mental health awareness event, which is from 5 to 7 p.m. And then for the following week, this is February 19th through the 23rd, there will be a Children's African Story Hour in the Milwaukee Public Library, which I'll actually turn over to Madison to talk about.
I'm sorry? No. Got you. We'll have the February 19th, the Children African American Story Time at Madison Public Library. On Tuesday, we'll have Black History Month reception with Senator Johnson in the State Capitol Rotunda. On Wednesday, we'll have Central Cinema Synesthesia, and it'll feature Malcolm X at the Madison Public Library. And then Friday, we'll have the African American Youth Legislative Day with Representative Balday, understanding that it's so important that young people are engaged, especially in conversations as it relates to what's impacting them, from education to the safety in their communities, to opportunities to thrive. And then on Saturday, me, Representative Mora Makunde, and Representative Dora Drake, alongside the NAACP Youth Council, will have an environmental justice symposium. Especially as we think about the rise of climate issues in our communities, whether they be rural, suburban, or urban. And it's important that we are engaging young Black folks in these critical conversations. And as we think about the opportunities to build a realistic green career pipeline, it's going to be important that Black young people are engaged in that process. There are a wealth of opportunities to ensure that they thrive in this work as we are combating water crisis, as we're combating climate change happening at a rapid rate, and so on. And especially as you think about the work and the federal investments that we've put in place to ensure that young people have the opportunity to fully participate in our economy. The 1890 scholarship program, which provides resources for African-American young people to participate in green jobs and attend historically Black colleges and universities. It's such a good opportunity that we need to expose every Black young person in Wisconsin to ensure that they thrive. And that's what we hope to engage young people with at this symposium, as well as connecting them with future careers like working for the Forest Service, like working at places like I've gone to, like the Urban Ecology Center or the City of Milwaukee's Environmental Collaboration Office. But we won't be able to get young people into these careers unless we expose them to it at an early age. And that's what that symposium's about.
Thank you, Rep. Madison. And then for the final week, there's a list of events. So we're actually highlighting the City of Milwaukee's event. They are celebrating community and social civil justice, and that'll be happening in Milwaukee City Hall at 12 p.m. February 27th. And then I will turn it back over to Rep. Haywood and Rep. Madison for their event.
Okay. All right, good morning. To end the month out on Thursday, February 29th, Representative Madison and I will be hosting a documentary screening in the Capitol. It's an event we started last year. Last year we highlighted the Honorable Bill Phillips and her work done here in Wisconsin, but nationally, and did a talk back after that. It went so well. Members of the legislature came, staff, stakeholders, partners, young people came out to the event. We had a lot of snacks and food. I think that was really why. But we will see. But this year we're going to do the same thing by, we're narrowing down the movie documentary we're going to look at on the 29th. So stay tuned for that flyer and that event announcement, trying to lock down some special guests. But we'll make it a good day to end the month out, highlighting a documentary or a film that speaks to where we are currently as Black people here in Wisconsin, but in America, and speak to today's times. So stay tuned, and again, please come for the documentary and the fruitful conversation, but also come to eat the snacks as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Representative Drake.
Thank you. And then the last event that we have is in partnership with the Black Legislative Action Coalition Wisconsin, which they always do, annual Black Lobby Day. And so that'll be in partnership with the Legislative Black Caucus, as stakeholders from across the state come and they tell us what their issues are, what we as elected should be talking about and should be pushing for, not just at the state capitol, but in our own communities. And one thing I do want to highlight before I turn it over to Representative Mora Mukunde to close us out is that apparently it's been brought to my attention that there's not a lot of knowledge around pardons and knowing that that process is open. So because that was notified to me, I'll be putting together an event, an informational about how someone can get their pardon, for that still is available thanks to our Governor Tony Evers. And with that, I'll turn it over to Rep. Mora Mukunde to close us out.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Happy Black History Month. Happy birthday to Bob Marley. I have to say that too. I want to remind everyone that Black History Month was started as Negro History Week by Dr. Carter G. Woodson in 1926, and that it is a presentation of your study. And he was noted as saying, "No study, no celebration." So this is a presentation of the history that happens all year long, and the learning that happens all year long. And now we are in the presentation month, and it's not just we'll single out one month to celebrate Black history, then put it all back into the shelves. And so I want to make sure that we're inviting everyone to come out and present what they've learned about Black history all year long, and we will continue to be doing that. However, It's something that we study 365 days a year, 366 in a leap year. However, we are doing the presenting at this moment in time. So pull out all the books that you've read all year and the parts that you've highlighted so you can tell somebody about it. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and happy Black History Month.
At this time, we'll take questions, and as another note, there has been a co-sponsorship that I'll be sending out today for our Black History Month resolution for the state as well. But at this time, we'll take any other questions. All right, thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Need emergency weather alerts before conditions turn bad? Download the First Warn Weather app right now. Turn on notifications and I'll alert you when severe weather threatens. The First Warn Weather app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.